So I just made a video talking about basically everything that has happened to me within the past 5 years. My father's illness, my job, and now I am out of work. Not dangerously out of work. I'm on a state leave. I'm working through some paperwork right now to make sure I'm safely compensated while I'm away from work. And I have been for about the past 3 weeks. I had summarized a little bit in that video about how I've been feeling about the way things are going and about my situation and, basically what I've been doing in my free time. I've been in therapy. I've been trying to cope with this kind of newfound anxiety that I've been dealing with. And I've been watching a lot of my old videos for the first time in many years, and I've been watching a lot of the old Markiplier videos that got me inspired to do this in the first place. In that video, I had described how the motivation to do this again was starting to well up inside of me again, especially because I was watching my old videos and seeing how kind of, motivated but still kind of scared and timid I was to be on camera. I would still say I was more confident to be on camera back then, especially once I got the hang of it, even though it took a while. Um, I could definitely see where I was still kind of young and naive and kind of holding back and kind of too afraid to come out of, my fears of being judged and blah blah blah, mumbling and stammering and being nervous. As I've watched my videos these days, I can create methods for me to improve the quality within that same kind of style of video and probably take everything that I've learned over these 10 years and apply them and maybe make a better video now despite my newfound anxiety that comes from other places, more of my fear of things happening in my life right now. I've shared my kind of newfound motivation and the welling up the emotion and the nostalgia that has come from this, and I have had some friends in my ear tell me that they think I should get back on the horse now. I had described in that last video feeling scared and very tired, even though I have a lot more free time than I used to. And the thing about anxiety is that, you can be anxious and say, I am anxious and I have anxiety, but, looking back on what I said, even though I still obviously stand by a lot of what I said in that previous video, I don't know, along with the therapy and the reflecting on everything that has happened to me and reflecting on my past and the person that I am now compared to who I was back then, I think it may be a misstep to continue to hide, like I said, in my room, and maybe getting back on this horse now instead of some nebulous point in the future could be a good creative outlet for me, especially in relation to trying to push against the anxiety, because a lot of the things, in life, in terms of fear, won't be overcome unless you just push against it and you try to see past it, you try to overcome it. Do I think any kind of video production that I might be doing henceforward, at least for now, is it still going to be in mass? I don't know. I don't know, even when I say in mass, I don't know what in mass really qualifies as. A weekly upload, a bi-weekly upload, I'm not really sure. But I don't think there's a shortage of material out there on the internet for me to record. There's plenty of games out there. I think with some readjusting and some practice that occasional uploads might be possible. Now, what I'm not going to do is promise anything spectacular. I plan on, if I do get back on this horse, just being able to make a video when I'm able to. I don't think I can promise a schedule. All I do ask is that if you do want to see this from me and you do want me to come back, that you please be as patient as possible and you don't forget about me. I have funny feelings about telling you to subscribe and pestering you to like and share and blah 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 the video because it feels a little cheap. I feel like if you want to watch, you will. The only thing I could ask from you rather, is to hit the bell. That way, if you do care about seeing what I make and seeing how I continue to transform and evolve in the future, that you do hit the bell and you do put the notifications on so you can at least pop in and out to see how things are going as I try to grow and develop and I get, better equipment, I get better skills. Not that I'm unskilled now. I've made a lot of progress in 10 years and I'm older now. I'm more mature and I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about things. But, if I'm not going to have a rigorous regular schedule that you can still see or still be notified when I do post if you do care to keep up with me. I spent a lot of time over the past 3 days after I posted that initial video thinking about all the things that I could do and all the videos that I could make like I used to, and I really would like to. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, despite my fear, that I don't want to, because it was a lot of fun. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinions, not only on me and my story thus far and all the things that have happened, if you've been here to witness it, I very much value your input. I hope that as I get more money and, I've already been out of work like 3 weeks, so there should be a sweet check coming in. I want to replace this webcam. This webcam has been very loyal to me for about 7 or 8 years. But it is 7 or 8 years old, and you can see, I don't know if you can tell, as I'm looking at it in this kind of webcam capture in the capture software, I see a lot of this grain back here, but I would like to replace this and get like a 4K webcam, like a Logitech Brio or something, because this is an old C920, and he's tired. He has seen it. He's been around the block a couple of times. He's caught many things. He's seen me in a lot of different situations, but I think it's time that I retire him. It's one of the things I'm most insecure about in my videos, I think, is this picture quality, and like how it's frozen kind of in 2015. It wasn't so bad in my last video, but I think it would ease my mind a little bit and I would feel less like I'm just still a novice if I replace this. But, for now, I think when I'm a little box in the corner, it's not so bad. And it didn't look so bad even in the last video, but I think it would ease my mind. It would probably make the videos look better if I got a new webcam. And I'm always on the prowl for new and more efficient and higher quality production tactics to make high quality videos. But the crux of the video is always going to be me. And I can still feel the nerves in me even telling you that I do want to get back on the horse, because I don't want to make false promises. I don't want to get back on this horse and then be motivated and ride the motivation for a long time and then, kind of fall off the horse right now. But as things are going right now, I don't really have an excuse to say that I can't make videos. I am here, and I think it would be good for me to push up against my anxiety in making videos. Now, in terms of what happens after this stage of transition, I don't know. I'm going to move, and I'm going to be in a new home with new people and a new routine and different circumstances. Now, in the best case scenario, it won't really make a difference. I should be fine. I will get a new job, and then I'll have a new schedule, and I may be able to adjust how the videos come out and how I interact with them and how you interact with them. But as I see it now, I'm gonna make a video likely whenever I can, if that's okay with you. There is the elephant in the room of my father's health. Likely once he does end up dying, I'm going to have to go away again for some amount of time until I feel ready. I've never lost a family, like a direct family member this close, and he's still here. but I don't know what my timeline with him looks like, honestly. I don't want to lose him at all, but he's not long for this world. And there's going to be a time where that reality is going to crash down on me fully, and I will have to proceed, and I will have to take care of these things, you know, take care of his life and his things, and I'll have to pack up all my things. And I probably, if I'm feeling okay, I'll be able to still make videos as I'm packing things up. But if not, I'll make a video explaining what happens from then on. Should the circumstances allow, once I get to my new home, I'll pick it back up from there. In that video, I said, I hope to see you on the other side of this, but the other side of this doesn't have to be, you know, right now even. It can be once I end up losing this man, and then maybe you guys will be here to greet me and help me get back on the horse again. But as it stands right now, it's not impossible for me to make videos. And I think I maybe owe it to you as a viewer to try to deliver the thing you subscribe to me for. And I'm sorry that I couldn't deliver it more consistently. But please, I beg of you, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I want to know all of your opinions around this channel, what you think of it, what you think of me, and what you think of maybe my absence and my return. Thank you so much for watching. I love you very much. And as always, peace out, y'all.